Well, here we are, right on the verge of the beginning of the new liturgical year. More specifically, right at the beginning and on the verge of the great season of Advent, a season of penance and a season of transformation. And so, what I'd like to do, as you continue to refine your own personal intentions for receiving God's grace and being transformed by God's grace in this great season, wanted to provide a couple of practical tips on how you can make the season of Advent more fruitful in your life and in your family's life um, by making your engagement with liturgy and with the Mass during this season more fruitful. So, first tip is to, on Sunday morning, leave your screens off from the time that you wake up until at least after an hour following your participation in Mass. And the purpose for that is to clear your mind and clear your heart so that you are devoting as much of your time and energy and attention and passion to God and attending to God leading up to and through your participation in Mass. The other tip for a more fruitful Advent is to spend some time during the week. So you could start today with the readings for the first Sunday of Advent. Spend some time reading over the readings for Sunday. And when I talk to people about, well, how do I read Scripture? I would say read them 3 times. First time through, read it like it was just a story in the newspaper, so just read it as a narrative. Second is to read it again, but with some attention to, what's going on in that particular moment. I mean, who is present and what are they seeing and what are they hearing and what are they, thinking and feeling as the story described in Scripture is unfolding. And then the third time through, read the scriptures for the Sunday Mass a third time with the specific intention of understanding the Lord. What are you trying to say to me in this passage from Scripture? Because we know that every time we hear Scripture proclaimed during the Mass, it is Christ Himself who is speaking to us, and He's not just speaking to us as an assembly, but speaking also to each of us as individuals with a particular message for our lives. So, reading the readings for Sunday prior to Mass puts you in a position to be much more receptive and much more aware of how God is speaking and how God desires to act in your life and in your heart in that particular liturgy of that day. And remember, in all these things, God is who He says He is, you are who He says you are, and live the life that He created you to live.